fascinating reporting coming from News Nation, the US news channel, and its head of entertainment, Paula Frolic, who reveals Prince William to change the monarchy forever. Prince William doubles down. According to multiple sources, it's now a matter of when, not if, he strips Prince Harry and Meghan Markle of their royal titles.
You destroyed yourselves in this country with your ludicrous, hypocritical behaviour. The truth be told, what she just said is complete and utter garbage.
Meghan just thinks she's too wonderful to be left out of it, and she will win because she'll go to court if she doesn't keeps her title. I don't know, it's very hard. It's very hard to lose your title.
The tension inside Buckingham Palace is becoming impossible to miss, and this latest episode is making many people wonder just how deep the divide between Prince William and Prince Harry really is. What began as a family problem now seems much more serious, especially with fresh reports about private talks inside the palace.
Right now, Harry and Meghan Markle's surrogacy scandal has entered the mainstream media domain.
Meghan Markle has once again ended up at the center of the controversy, as royal sources and ongoing media rumors suggest she may be quietly getting ready for a possible fight over her royal standing. The main issue is whether her Duchess of Sussex title could one day be reconsidered after Prince William becomes king. Nothing has been officially confirmed, but even these reported talks have already caused a huge reaction online and among royal watchers. People said to be close to the matter claim Meghan is becoming more careful about what the future may hold for her and Prince Harry.
Harry and Meghan's romance, engagement and marriage were all greeted with ecstatic joy by the British media, the public and the royal family that they've all now abandoned.
Harry and Meghan playing games that resulted in people unnecessarily questioning things. Again, every toxicity thing is result of them. They're the problem.
Although they stepped back from senior royal roles years ago, their titles still draw major public interest. Now, more people are talking about the chance that future changes within the monarchy could affect those titles in unexpected ways. Much of this speculation grew after King Charles took major action involving Prince Andrew. Reports say the move to completely separate Andrew from royal duties made it clear that the monarchy is moving into a tougher and more tightly managed period. Royal experts believe Prince William is likely to follow that same strict approach in the future, especially when it comes to protecting the monarchy's image. That is said to be one reason Meghan is concerned. Some insiders claim she does not want to simply wait and see what happens. Instead, reports suggest she is already speaking with advisors and legal experts to learn more about how royal titles work and whether there are any safeguards in place.
Either Archie or Lily, and it needs to happen. They need to prove that those children are entitled to be in the line of succession. Meghan and Harry are not entitled to privacy in this matter. And their privacy is trumped by our right to know that no bastard is going to sit on the throne of this country.
Meghan herself has not confirmed any of this, but the rumors have clearly drawn a lot of attention. Part of why this story stands out is that Meghan has never really matched the traditional royal model. Before joining the royal family, she already had an international profile through Hollywood, media appearances, and charity work. That gave her a very different public image from someone who grew up entirely within royal life. Some royal watchers believe that difference could become important if tensions ever grow more serious. Others think the monarchy would try to avoid adding even more public drama. Either way, the idea of another major conflict involving Prince William, Prince Harry, and Meghan is already keeping the online debate going.
Princess Lilibet Diana had been christened. Why would they use a title for their children that represents an institution they loathe so much? He said that apparently they invited all the royals to Lilibet's christening, but they all declined to come, as if they're all going to get on a plane and fly to California to embrace the people who've been trashing them for the last 3 years. But it looks like from the jungle drums, they had been invited.
At the same time, the royal family is facing heavy pressure from all sides. Every appearance, every comment, and every family moment is picked apart almost instantly. Because of that, even the smallest rumor can turn into a major headline around the world in no time. Commentators have also noted that Meghan and Harry continue to attract enormous public attention wherever they go. Whether people defend them or criticize them, they remain one of the most discussed couples linked to the royal family. That level of focus only puts more strain on an already difficult situation behind closed doors. What is really driving the conversation now is how far this could go if tensions keep rising. Some see it as media hype that has been pushed too far. Others believe the royal family may eventually face tough choices about titles, roles, and the future path of the monarchy. At this point, no one outside the palace really knows what is being said in private. But one thing seems clear. The gap between Prince William and Prince Harry does not look like it will close anytime soon.
In about 1996, the state of California published California Birth Index, and per the website at the californiabirthindex.org, the California Birth Index, or CABI, is a database that stores records of births in California from 1905 to 1995. Putting her full official name of Rachel Meghan Markle, you can see that the official records show she was born in 1981.
With Meghan's name continuing to appear in royal headlines, the situation only seems to grow more complicated. People familiar with the royal world say this drama also shows how determined Meghan Markle is. Over the years, she has faced heavy criticism, intense media pressure, and constant public attention, yet many believe she is not someone who steps back quietly. Now, with more talk about the future of royal titles, fresh attention is building around her once again. The timing is also a big reason the story feels so important. The monarchy is already going through major change, and every move made by senior royals is judged online almost immediately. That is why even rumors that Meghan may be ready to protect her title have spread so quickly across social media and royal commentary. Reports say the story became even more heated after a major palace announcement reportedly caused new tension behind the scenes. Some insiders describe the mood as extremely strained, with senior staff said to be rushing to contain the fallout before it turned into bigger headlines. Within hours, royal watchers were already arguing over what it could mean for Prince William, Prince Harry, and the future of the royal family. Some commentators believe the issue is no longer just about Meghan. In their view, the bigger question is about control, image, and how the monarchy wants to present itself in the years ahead.
Well, Harry and Meghan's Netflix series, released to the world this morning, is packed with, well, not really revelations, are they? It's sort of rehashed old revelations with a new twist. As it turns out, we've apparently been wrong all along. Britain is a nasty, racist hellhole where only magnificent Meghan stood up to all this, and the world's biggest victims are not the people of Ukraine.
After losing Princess Diana, William and Harry were often seen as standing together, which is why their ongoing rift still surprises so many people. But royal commentators say years of pressure, media turmoil, and public conflict may have gradually changed their relationship in private. Rather than acting from emotion, William is now often described as more measured and focused on protecting the monarchy above all else. At the same time, opinion online remains split. Some believe the palace has been too severe, while others think the monarchy is simply trying to prevent even more controversy after years of constant headlines about family conflict. In the end, the point many people keep returning to is this: the relationship between Prince William and Prince Harry may never fully heal. And with Meghan Markle still at the center of royal discussion, every new rumor adds more strain to an already broken family situation. So what is said to have pushed things this far? According to different royal insiders, several private moments may have changed everything. Some rumors refer to recordings of tense conversations within palace circles. Others point to alleged leaked messages and disputes over how the media should be handled. None of these claims have been officially confirmed, but they have added even more drama to an already troubled situation.
They're legally covering their backs. There's just too many unknowns. And then, of course, we have that the doctor that allegedly delivered Lily quit her practice 2 weeks after giving birth to Lily, or delivering Lily. That sentence there is missing. That is a vital sentence that Meghan Markle chose not to put in an official statement because she knows she would get into a lot of legal trouble and she needed plausible deniability.
According to people close to the royal family, Prince William gradually became less concerned with defending individual relatives and more focused on protecting the monarchy as a whole. One royal commentator said it looked like years of pressure had finally reached breaking point. That seems to be the real story here. Not one single fallout, but constant tension building over time. Then, according to reports, the situation took an even more unusual turn when finances and private arrangements became part of the conversation. Several stories claimed that investigators looking into broader royal matters came across unusual financial details tied to entities and accounts in multiple countries. At that point, what seemed like ordinary palace drama started to look far more complex. Ongoing speculation also suggested that some of these financial setups may have involved offshore companies and layered ownership structures created for privacy. Experts quoted in the reports said the system would be extremely hard to follow because different businesses and trusts appeared to be linked through several international locations. To be clear, much of this is still based on media reports and online speculation, not publicly confirmed findings. Even so, the claims alone were enough to spark intense interest in what may have been happening behind closed doors.
Of Sussex, no longer HRH, was safely delivered of a son at 5:26 a.m. today. She and her child are both doing well. So back to the tradition of putting out a framed bulletin or a gilded easel outside Buckingham Palace after royal births has been going on since 1837, so it's a cool tradition. And George, Charlotte, and Louis' easels listed the doctors' names with signatures, birth weight and time, and referenced the royal family.
A small payment to a private medical clinic in the United States reportedly drew unexpected attention. By itself, the amount did not seem important. But commentators discussing the matter said internal reviewers were allegedly more interested in who the payment might be connected to and how it fit into a larger timeline they were already examining. As the story spread, speculation grew. People began linking the issue to travel records, legal paperwork, and financial documents tied to earlier events involving the Sussexes. Online, many tried to sort through the rumors, questioning whether the claims were being blown out of proportion or whether a more serious issue was quietly unfolding behind palace doors. At the same time, talk about royal titles and inheritance made the situation feel even more sensitive. One of the main points of discussion was Princess Diana's trust, and how any future payments connected to Prince Harry's side of the family could be affected during an ongoing internal review.
And now they want to give their kids the titles of prince and princess, even though they don't live anywhere near the royal family. They don't do any duties. They do nothing to deserve it. They live in a mansion in Montecito in California and use their own royal titles to make loads of money.
Several royal commentators claimed that Prince William was part of talks about putting some financial decisions on hold until the full picture became clearer. Reports stressed that this was only a temporary delay, not a final decision. Even so, the idea sparked a strong reaction because of how much Diana's legacy means to both brothers. For Prince Harry, many believe the issue cuts especially deep. Princess Diana remains one of the strongest emotional bonds he shares with William, so anything connected to her legacy carries real weight. Some commentators said this is no longer just about royal roles or public image. To them, it has become something far more personal for the family. That may be why the story keeps drawing so much attention. It no longer feels like a dispute over titles, money, or palace politics. It now seems tied to years of built-up strain, public scrutiny, broken trust, and the growing distance between two brothers who once appeared very close. Right now, no one outside the royal family truly knows what is happening in private. Rumors continue to spread, media theories keep growing, and online debate never seems to stop. But one thing does seem clear. The situation involving Prince William, Prince Harry, and Meghan Markle has grown into something much bigger than an ordinary family conflict. And each new report only adds more confusion
about what they've done, that it just really kind of boggles the mind. I mean, just for titles, for example. So when Archie was first born, they said they didn't want him to have a title. He was going to be a private citizen. I was like, bravo, you understand. He's not going to be a working member of the royal family. He is going to have to live a normal life, get a normal job. That is fantastic. And then it came out later in the Oprah Winfrey interview. Well, they denied him a title and security because he is a mixed-race child.
By then, the situation had grown far beyond typical royal drama. Rumors about money, questions over Princess Diana's trust, and rising tension inside the palace were all coming together at once. But royal insiders said one private moment changed the mood more than anything else. A quiet conversation between Prince William and Prince Harry that reportedly revealed just how distant the brothers had become. Those close to the family say the emotional bond between them has not fully disappeared, which makes the whole story even more painful. This is not simply a case of two people no longer caring. Several commentators believe the deeper problem is years of pressure, confusion, media frenzy, and unresolved pain that slowly built up over time. Reports say the brothers recently had a brief phone call, but it was said to be distant and highly cautious. Sources claimed both William and Harry chose their words very carefully, as if neither fully trusted where a private conversation might end up. That alone shows how strained things may have become behind palace walls. For many longtime royal watchers, what makes this especially difficult is remembering how close the two once appeared. For years, William and Harry were seen as deeply connected, especially after the loss of Princess Diana. Through interviews, public events, and family appearances, many people believed they would always stand by each other no matter what. Now that bond seems to many to have been buried under years of public conflict and constant media attention. At the same time, reports said Prince William was preparing an important public statement linked to ongoing royal discussions. Insiders claimed the message was not meant to sound emotional or hostile. Instead, it was reportedly designed to project stability, tradition, and a clear long-term path for the monarchy. One royal commentator said the tone was firm but measured, with the goal focused more on protecting the institution than criticizing any one person. Even so, many believe that any public step involving Harry and Meghan is bound to feel personal, whether that is the intention or not. Then the story took another turn when leaked travel reports began spreading online.
William is acutely aware that even if Harry and Meghan right now are earning their own money, that well is drying up. You've got to take the ability for them to damage the royal family in the future away, and you've got to do that now. You've got to do it swiftly.
Early that morning, reports began spreading that Prince Harry had quietly returned to the UK through RAF Northolt, rather than a standard public airport. That immediately drew attention because the airfield is usually linked to secure government and royal travel. Reports also claimed he was traveling with Archie and Lilibet, which many online saw as a major development since the children have rarely been seen in Britain in recent years. Almost at once, social media filled with reactions, theories, and questions about why the visit was happening at that particular moment. Many quickly noticed that Meghan Markle was reportedly not listed on the leaked travel details. Her absence triggered even more speculation, with commentators debating whether the trip was tied to private family talks, royal planning, or something far more personal. Witnesses reportedly said several black vehicles were waiting near the runway, along with senior palace officials, making the arrival seem much more serious than an ordinary family visit. Royal watchers immediately began wondering whether urgent meetings were taking place behind the scenes. Then came the detail that pushed the story even further. Reports said Harry stepped off the plane looking worn out and emotionally drained after months of constant pressure surrounding the royal family. Commentators also noted that he avoided public gestures and kept his full attention on the children beside him. For many watching, the moment felt symbolic, reflecting not only royal tension but also just how personal the entire situation had become.
As a result of the bizarre conduct of a cheap hustler and her dope of a husband, is entirely unnecessary and should be cleared up. There is no justifiable reason why the British public should have to put up with a doubtful situation when it has been generally accepted practice since 1688 that all royal births should be publicly attested so that there can be no question as to the entitlement of an infant to his or her place in the line of succession.
Beneath the headlines, rumors, and talk of palace strategy, there's still a family at the heart of this story trying to manage years of conflict under constant public attention. Then came the moment that changed the tone of everything. Standing at the top of the aircraft, steps beside Prince Harry, were Archie and Lilibet, clearly visible in the cold London air as cameras captured the scene from a distance. Since the public has only rarely seen the children over the years, their arrival in the UK quickly became one of the biggest royal talking points. That moment made the story feel different. It no longer seemed like just another dispute about titles, reports, or public statements. It suddenly felt much more personal. Watching Harry lead his children down the steps gave the situation a human side, rather than making it seem like just another round of royal conflict playing out in the news. Royal commentators quickly suggested that the children's arrival could change the emotional mood behind the scenes. No matter how strained relations may be between Prince William, Prince Harry, and Meghan Markle, Archie and Lilibet are still part of the royal family line. That connection carries real emotional weight for both the family and the public. At the same time, reports continued to circulate about an internal royal review linked to titles, recognition, and future royal roles. Online speculation claimed that senior figures within the monarchy were considering difficult choices about how the institution should move forward during a period of intense public scrutiny. Some people believe the royal family may eventually choose a more flexible path, one that better balances tradition with modern family life. Others think the monarchy could become even stricter about roles, duties, and official status in the years ahead. In many ways, that seems to be the heart of this entire situation. It is not only about Meghan or Harry, but about the kind of monarchy Prince William and the next generation want to build. Commentators have also said that any major decision could reach far beyond public image. Princess Diana's legacy, family ties, and long-term trust within the royal family have all become part of the wider discussion. For many people following the story online, the emotional side now feels just as important as the institutional one. Meanwhile, media crews reportedly remained outside Buckingham Palace, waiting for any sign of a statement or major development. Every move connected to the Sussexes continued to attract intense attention, showing once again how strongly this royal story still holds public interest around the world. But beneath the rumors, leaks, and palace tension, one question continues to stand out. Can Prince William and Prince Harry ever rebuild the relationship they once had, or has too much damage already been done? At this stage, the biggest issue no longer seems to be only about titles or palace decisions. It is whether the two brothers can ever truly repair their bond after years of strain, distance, and constant public drama. Some believe time may still heal things in private. Others think the gap between Harry's life in California and William's future within the monarchy has grown too wide to close. With Meghan Markle still at the center of so many headlines, the story feels far from finished. Every new appearance, rumor, and royal update adds another layer to a family situation the world continues to watch closely. Now Flora would love to know what you think. Do you believe Harry and William will ever rebuild their relationship, or has the split gone too far to fix? Share your view in the comments, and if you want more royal news and celebrity updates, be sure to like the video, share it with others, and subscribe to my channel. And don't miss the next video on your screen, because the next story is even more surprising.